Hello and welcome to my complete beginner's guide on how to farm Ultimate Freyna in the First Descendant or any Ultimate for that matter for free and efficiently so you don't lose too much time trying to figure things out. I'll give you a step-by-step guide and then you can use this guide to farm pretty much anything in the game. It's not too difficult, but for new people it may be daunting because it takes a little time to understand the basics of the game. Now the reason why I'm focusing on newer players is simply because experienced players already know this. This is not different to any of the other ultimates. And also I've noticed a lot more new people taking an interest in the game. I've seen a lot of questions from people who have just started playing 1 or 2 days into the game. They want to know how they can farm Ultimate Freyna for free and without, wasting too much time. So that is the intention for this guide. And one of the reasons is you can save quite a bit of money by farming the ultimates, and then you only need to pay for cosmetics. You can farm everything in the game, all the weapons, all the descendants. The only place where you would want to spend money is maybe the battle pass or the cosmetics, and even there it's not necessary. You don't have to. You can play this game for free completely and have access to all these items. So a bonus tip before we begin the guide: if you have the base Ultimate Descendant, you get a discount on the bundles for cosmetics. So as you can see here, these are the two Ultimate Freyna bundles. My Ultimate Freyna is currently being researched. I've done the farming, the grinding part is done. Now it's just a waiting game. But let's say you wanted this green skin because this has been quite popular recently because of the trailers and everything. And a lot of people have been interested in getting this. You can get a big discount and not have to pay 3,000 if you get the base Descendant first. So for example, have a look at this. Ultimate Lepic, I have the base Lepic. If I just want the second skin, I only have to pay 1,050. So if you get Ultimate Freyna, this will go down to 1,050 as well, and it'll save you quite a bit of money. Now, before you even start trying to farm an Ultimate Descendant, there are a few things that are required. And first thing would be to complete the campaign. So the reason for this is you need to have access to the whole map. So as you go during the campaign, they'll unlock different regions. As you complete the missions, the next one will open up. You need the whole map available to you so that you can travel freely on any difficulty. You have normal difficulty and hard difficulty. Similarly, in the Void boss section, we have many bosses, but if you can get up to Swamp Walker, then we can farm Ultimate Freyna without too much difficulty. Now there are some more bosses here. You don't have to worry about them. As long as you can get this done, Swamp Walker, which is not difficult, go into public. You should have 1 or 2 good descendants. As long as you have some basic health and damage, these 4 or 5 bosses can be done without too much difficulty. Also, Swamp Walker is the last hard boss that you can do solo. You don't have to be in a party. So if you are strong enough to get up to here, that will make life a lot easier. Now, if you have finished the campaign, you'll have a couple of descendants at minimum. So when you start the game, you get a choice between these 3, Lepic, Ajax, and Viesa. You would have picked one, doesn't matter, whichever. And you'll also get Bunny early on. That is usually enough for a lot of the farming. But if you can get Sharon as well, that will make life a lot easier. So Sharon is also easy to farm, available in the normal difficulty missions. So if you want me to make a guide or something, let me know. But again, she's quite straightforward. You should be able to get her during the campaign if you want, but even if you don't want, you can get her really easily after you finish the campaign. Now, Enzo is also a useful descendant, but you can manage without him. So bare minimum, you need Sharon. Next, of course, the guns. Now, as long as you have a level 100 gun, it doesn't matter. It can be a purple gun. You should be good for that. But if you have finished the campaign, you'll also get a Thunder Cage, at least 2 copies by the time you finish the campaign. And that is good enough. This is one of the most popular guns. I still use it on several of my builds. And this gun is overpowered and can help you finish endgame content without too much difficulty. There are a few other guns that you can farm and craft later on, but this is a really, really good gun all around. If you have this, you are good to go. All right, now let's look at how to start farming something. So press G, you'll have the map open, click on Access Info. This is where you get all the information in the game regarding everything, all the materials, how to farm descendants, weapons, modules, everything is here. So we select Descendant, and then we scroll down to Ultimate Freyna. Now this page gives you all the materials that you need to farm Ultimate Freyna. The main components are these ones here. So you have Ultimate Freyna Enhanced Cells, Freyna Stabilizer, Spiral Catalyst, and Code. Now these three also need materials, basic materials and rare materials. And once you have these materials, you start researching this. Once this is researched, this will be ready. So you can see here, this one is ready. These two are being researched right now. Once these are all ready, then I can research the whole Descendant. So basically, once you collect everything, start research, then it's just a waiting game. You have to just wait until everything's ready. It takes a little time. These things take 18 hours each. The whole Descendant takes 36 hours. Now, one more thing about the materials. These are common standard materials, very easy to get. These are available out in the open world. So 6 of these are fairly easy to get. Then we have the purple items. These are a little more tricky, but again, available quite easily. You just need to spend a little time because you need quite a lot of them. For example, this thing you need 216. So it'll take you a little time, but they're not challenging or very difficult. You just have to go to certain areas or certain missions and just repeat them until you have enough. These 3 items, or 4 items, I should say, the sort of ultimate rarity, this is where all the RNG in the game is. So if you hear people talking about how RNG is screwing them over or they're not getting the parts, these are the only things that require RNG. So out of all these items, only 4 of them are the ones that give you a challenge. And even there, you might be lucky and it might not be so bad for you. Usually what I find when I farm Ultimate Descendants is I might get 2 or 3 items easily and one of them might take a little longer. So for example, with Ultimate Freyna, I kind of got stuck with the Stabilizer. This took a little time, but the other 3 were fairly straightforward. So finally, let's begin the Ultimate Freyna farming. So first item is Ultimate Freyna Enhanced Cells. These have 4 materials. Let's start with the easiest ones here, compound coating material. So another bonus tip, if you are searching for a few items, you can track them so that you can see them easily on your screen while you are just playing the game. So press U and this will get tracked. So if you are out in the open world, you are playing the game, you press U here and you'll see it over here. It says compound coating material. Now I already have more than I need, but this will help you keep track of how many you need or something. So let's go back here, access info, Descendant, Ultimate Freyna. So compound coating material. Now you press F and this will show you where to go and how to get them. The way you read this is the first part, Echo Swamp. This is the name of the region on the map. Then you have difficulty of the mission, and then you have where to look for it, the quest or something. So Echo Swamp is on the map, a region of the map. Hard is the difficulty. Again, it doesn't really matter for this one. And resource box are the boxes out in the open world where you have to go and pick this up. So you click on that and we have the Echo Swamp region of the map. They have multiple zones, and because they did not specify which zone you have to go, you can go anywhere you like. So let's select one of this. This is Derelict Covert. Let's travel to the outpost and I'll see you there. Okay, so here we are in Echo Swamp, Derelict Covert. Now when you go around here, again press U so you can see what you are tracking, and then when you press tab, it will sort of highlight these boxes for you in like a diamond shaped symbol. So this is the munition box, and we have a resource box. Now each map will have 2 items that are available in these boxes. So for Echo Swamp, you have silicon and compound coating material. We are looking for compound coating material, and just go around until you have enough. So let me just find you a few boxes here. These are very easily available everywhere on the map. So there's one box here. This is a resource box. The other one is a munitions box. So we got compound coating material 16. Remember, we need 538. So you'll have to open up quite a few to get that if you don't have any, but you can see 82 in this one. So it shouldn't be too difficult. It should take you 5-10 minutes at best. Another resource box here. We got silicon here. Compound coating material 18. So it seems you get more in the munition boxes. 16 again. Now again, munition boxes, you can press tab and it will show you on the screen. So you can see one over there somewhere down there. There's another resource box here. Silicon I'll just spend a little time for this first item just to show you that you can get a bunch of items quite easily. Let's see, there's a couple boxes over there. So these are out in the open world, and every map will have two different items that are available in these boxes. So you just have to just go around and find these boxes. So two more over here, and we get 13 more. There should be some more here. There's one over here. $62 compound coating material. So it seems these munition boxes do give you more. There's one over here. So yeah, just keep pressing the tab. You got silicon. There's one near the tree. Silicon again. So okay, that is how you get the blue items. Okay, next up we need reverse charging coil. Once again, press F, fortress, hard, resource box, or munition box. So we have to go to fortress this time. This is the fortress map. This is the final area in the game before you finish the campaign. Again, multiple zones here. So we'll go here because this is where I like to go, into the Frozen Valley. Okay, welcome to Frozen Valley. Let's look at some boxes here. We need reverse charging coil. This is Hellion, so this is the other item. Reverse charging coil. So we got 33 of those. And now we just look for more boxes. You can see those diamond symbols. Those are the munition boxes. Hellion again. More Hellion. You can see all those diamond symbols. So there are quite a few munitions boxes nearby. There's one here. Reverse charging coil 125. And there's one more here. More reverse charging coil 95. Another box here. More reverse charging coils. You can see it's pretty easy to get a bunch of these. Okay, now we move on to our first purple rare item. Basically, this is the highly concentrated energy residue. Now, if you press F, it says here, Hagios hard encrypted storage vault, and then it says Enzo Descendant required. So basically, you have to go to Hagios and we have to look for encrypted storage box, and we have to open these encrypted boxes. And the reason why it says Enzo required here is because Enzo can open these boxes much more easily. You need something called a code breaker for these encrypted boxes. So I'll show you one if you haven't done yet, because again, I hadn't done any of these encrypted boxes until I had finished the campaign. So I'll show you how to do that. Having Enzo is a plus, but you can manage without Enzo. Enzo will make life a lot easier, basically. Okay, we are in Hagios and I have selected Enzo here. Now, the reason why we have Enzo for this one is Enzo makes opening the vaults easier, and also you get more of these items. You can see there's another Enzo, he's going up ahead. So the way we do this is we have to search for these encrypted vaults first, and we need something called the code breakers, these things here, to open these vaults. And you get these codes randomly from different missions, but there's one particular mission where you get a bunch of them. So it's just a bonus tip here. If you go to Rockfall in Sterile Land, this mission here, Anticipated Ambush, if you can do this mission really quickly a bunch of times, spend like 10-15 minutes, you'll get a lot of these code breakers. So if you are low on code breakers, just spend like 15-20 minutes and you'll have some of these. Now, because as you saw, there was another guy who just went up ahead. That is also an Enzo. He's probably looking for those vaults as well. What I'll do is I'll travel somewhere else so that we can show you how this works. Okay, we are back to the same spot. I just had to go to private because I kept running into other Enzos. And again, bonus tip, if you don't know how to go private, basically when you are in Albion and before you travel to a new location, just click on this. This should say public. Click on it it'll go private. I'm not going to click because it'll go public again, because I don't want other people around, because I want to show you how these vaults work. So yeah, just go private if you are running into other people. But sometimes other Enzos can open the boxes for you, the vaults for you, and you can both get the materials easily. So enable audio, because you can see I've enabled audio right now. and press tab. So you hear that blooping sound. I'll just increase the volume a little. You hear that blooping sound. That means there is a vault nearby, but you're not looking in the right direction. That sound means you're looking in the right direction. Also notice it says here, encrypted vault is right in front of you. So if we just follow this, you'll also see these things over here in the ground. These also indicate that there is a possibility of a vault nearby. So you can see, you can locate it with the audio. There it is. So this is what we call the encrypted vault or the storage box. And there are three types. You have a white one, which is the normal one. Then there's a blue one, which is called the precise one. And there is a purple one, which is called the ultra precise or precision. And you'll have different code breakers for that. Now, you just use the code breaker.
Codes of this level are child's play.
Now you have to press right click or left click quickly. So right click, right click. You can see we got 11 highly concentrated energy residue. Now, the reason why we use Enzo is this mini game that you saw with the right click, left click, that is a lot more simplified, and you get a lot more time to do that if you are doing it with Enzo. If you do it with somebody else, it is a lot more time consuming. In fact, let me actually show that to you. Okay, so for example, here we have Freyna with a similar blue encrypted vault, which is the medium difficulty one. So I'll try to open this one, and you'll see the difference in the mini game and how much more complicated it is and how much less time we have to do the same thing. Have a look at this. Not only is it moving faster, we have a lot more entries or attempts. So I managed to do this, but you can see how difficult it is compared to doing it with Enzo. Also, we only got 9 here. With Enzo, we got 11, and we only had to do the left click, right click twice. Here, I had to do it like 5 times just for the normal difficulty one. And there's another one above this in terms of difficulty. Those ones I would not recommend you even touch without Enzo. Okay, so first 3 items done. Now we go for our first blueprint, which is the ultimate Freyna enhanced cells blueprint. Now press F again, and this will show you the 3 areas where this blueprint can be had. So you have to find something called an amorphous material over here, this thing, and these materials will have the blueprint. So you can search here ultimate Freyna enhanced. So these 3 amorphous materials will have the blueprint. So this one here, pattern 63 variant AB, this will have, you can see the second item here, ultimate Freyna enhanced cells blueprint with a 10% drop rate. Pattern 83 AB also has a 10%, and pattern 119 AB also has a 10%. So basically all of them have an equal drop chance. You can pick whichever you want, whichever is easy for you. Now with these patterns, what you need is you have to go to a certain part of the map and complete an outpost. So if you see these ones here with a sort of stringy look, you can see these are more stringy type of sort of shape, and these are more sort of blocky. These blocky ones, you have to go to a void boss to open them, and these ones you have to go to a fusion reactor. So depending on your preference, you can pick whichever you want, but for AKNC enhanced cells, you only have the option of these ones here. So you have to go to a reactor. So let's focus on this 163 AB. This is the one I used to get the pattern. So press F. It will show you the sterile land, hard difficulty, repository, vulgar strategic outpost. So it's this one here. No, hang on, sorry. I think I did not use this one. I used this one, sorry. So you click on this one here, and it says Echo Swamp, hard, derelict, covert, vulgar strategic outpost. Just click on this, it will show you where it is on the map. So we had gone here to get that compound coating material. There's an outpost here, and this is where you get it. Now, in order to get this, you have to go and disable the terminals and kill the boss there. Now you see here it says amorphous material pattern 82 main reward. And you might be thinking we needed 83 variant AB. That is a bonus reward. If you scroll down here, hold Alt and then scroll down, it says here additional reward for successful infiltration, amorphous material pattern 83 variant AB with a 5 to 25% chance. Now this is where you need Sharon. These additional rewards can only be done with Sharon. The reason for that is you have to do this mission stealthily. So you have to go in quietly and disable the terminals, and then you get a chance at getting the additional reward. If you just go and fight your way in, you only get the main reward. So I'll equip Sharon and I'll show you how to do that as an example. Okay, so I've equipped Sharon. Now I'll show you how to go and complete an outpost with her to get the bonus rewards. So press the map as always, G, and we have to go to Echo Swamp, Derelict Covert. This is the one. Now keep in mind you have to be private. That will make your life a lot easier because sometimes there are other players and they might mess up your stealth. So let's just travel here. Okay, we are in Echo Swamp and we just have to go to this outpost over here. Now, how much time do we have? If we look at the map, it'll show you time remaining. So every minute this resets. Once you have completed, you have to just go down here and disable these 3 terminals. And the way you do that is you go into stealth with Sharon. Now you can just shoot these when they are ready and you'll only get the main reward. In order to get the bonus reward, you have to be stealthy and, hack them. They say hack, you just have to go and press a button. But Sharon has the ability to go invisible. So one of our abilities, the second ability here, this is called active camouflage. This is something that you need to stay invisible. I have done some modding and I have increased my camouflage duration to about 20 seconds, giving me enough time to disable all of them without being seen. So let's do that now because this is ready. So when it's ready, it will show you this symbol instead of the timer. Now I'll press my second ability and go invisible. And now you'll see this here, operate device 1, this is done. B is done. And as soon as I do the third one, a boss will appear. We have to just focus on killing the boss. That is the boss here. And the boss is done. And that is it. That is how you hack an outpost. And we are lucky we got the material as well. Now you don't get it every time. There's about a 5 to 25% drop rate. Sometimes you'll get 3, 4 in a row. Sometimes you might not get one for 5, 6 attempts. So if you see here, amorphous material 83, you can see we just got this one. This is the one we need. Now there are multiple steps to get this part of the process. So you went to the outpost, we got lucky, we got the material. Now in order to open the material, the amorphous material, we have to go to a reactor. And usually in the same region, there'll be a reactor. You just have to open the reactor, there'll be a boss, you defeat the boss, and then you can open up the material. Now you'll need something called void shards to open the reactor. So if you see here, it says inorganic void shard 801 out of 45. So you need 45 to open it once. I have 800 because I had farmed a bunch of these inorganic void shards. Also, the inorganic void shards are available in the same area as well, and it looks like this one. So this one here, this is an inorganic void shard. You have to just go and kill some enemies over and over, and you'll get 45 void shards every time. Now, another added difficulty on top of this is that this void shard, which has a toxic symbol, can only be done with a toxic descendant, which is Freyna. Which is why if you look here in the farming thing, you have multiple options here. So if let's say you don't have Freyna and you want to try somebody else, you go to a different one because you have the same difficulty. in terms of getting the parts. So for example, this one here, you go to this outpost, you get pattern 119 variant AB. Then you go to this reactor over here. This one needs polymer void shards. Okay, and in order to get polymer void shards, you go here in the same region and you use chill abilities to get this. So what I'll do is I'll show you how these shards work as well if you haven't done them before. Okay, so we are back as Freyna, and like I said, this one is a toxic one, so it can only be done with Freyna. You can, fight them, but you'll not get the rewards here. And these ones, you can basically go here. So this is what a void shard looks like. And these are different based on the attributes. So this one is a toxic one, hence it is in green. There's one for chill, one for electric, and so on. So if I do this one here, I'll get 45. And all you have to do is you have to use one of your abilities to start this void shard. So I'll throw my Q here, and then a bunch of enemies will spawn, and you can basically just take them out. It shouldn't take you too long, maybe a couple of minutes. And yeah, so some people, what we do is we farm them in advance before something comes up. So I had already farmed a bunch of these earlier before even this update, because I did not want to spend too much time farming this. And so you just do this over and over a few times, and you'll get all the enemies, and you get a bunch of void shards. You have to complete this so that you get. Now I have a Freyna that is leveled up quite a bit, so I can do this much more easily. Okay, and that should be it. So now we will get, if you see the reward screen, we get 45 void shards. Now, next step obviously is to go to the reactor and open the thing. So as you notice, outpost is here. You only need Sharon for the outpost. Then you have the void shard and the reactor. All of these are usually in the same region of the map. So yeah, I'm just going over this. Regular players already know this, but I'm just making this for new people so that we know how this process works. This, as you can see, this can be complicated if you haven't played the game. So now this is the fusion reactor. This is where you have to open the amorphous material by defeating a boss here. So I'll start this up. Okay, that is the boss done. And once you beat the boss, you get this thing. This is the reconstructed device. You need to open the amorphous material in one of these. So E here, and it shows you the amorphous material you have. So we have to open 83 variant AB. And now we want this one. Obviously, this is where the RNG comes in. It only has a 10% drop. I think it took me like 12 or 13 attempts to get the Freyna part. So this is where you have to do this over and over. My recommendation is to go to the outpost with Sharon, farm at least 5 or 6 of them, and then open them one by one so that it feels less annoying. So let's open this and see what we get. We got Albion Cavalry Gun. So again, as you see, we don't really need this. We needed Freyna. This is where the RNG comes in. So you can either do this one by one, like go there, get that stuff, come back, open this, or you can collect 5 or 10 of these and then come and open them one by one, because you know you're very unlikely to be getting it in your first attempt. Okay, so that is how you get all the parts for the enhanced cells. If you're new, obviously this might feel a little overwhelming and complicated, but trust me, it's not that difficult as long as you know how to use the Access Info tab. This is not that complicated. Once you do it a few times, it'll feel very easy. Now let's move on to the next item, which is the Stabilizer. So first up, the blue items, the easy stuff, Hardener. Now Hardener is available in Vespers. So let's go to Vespers. Okay, we are in Vespers. So just look around for these munition boxes or the other boxes, and we are looking for hardeners. So there's the munition box, and we got 129 hardeners. So this shouldn't be too difficult. Just, look around. There's a few over there. Let's see. There's one over here. Semi-permanent plasma. So this is the other item for this map. There's one up there. Hardener. So yeah, you can see it's not too difficult. You see a resource box over there. So just go around and you'll have them in note. Okay, next up we need nanopolymers. So again, press F. We have to go to Agner Desert. Okay, we are in the Agner Desert. So again, press Tab. Look for the boxes again. We are looking for nanopolymers, and we got 106 nanopolymers right away. Look around for some more. I see a couple boxes here, maybe. Nanopolymers. Nanopolymers, we are on a roll. Nanopolymers everywhere. More boxes. More nanopolymers. And even more nanopolymers. So pretty straightforward, easy peasy. Okay, on to our second rare item. This is the polyatomic ion particle. Now, once again, if you press F, it shows you all the missions that you have to do, or basically all the missions where you can get this. My recommendation is this one here, command relay. Fortress, you can do it in normal or you can do it in hard. I'll do it in hard. Command relay. So this one here, in Fortress, we had gone to Fortress earlier to get reverse charging coil, I think. So just do this mission. It's a fairly quick mission. It says 10 minutes here. It takes you less than 2 if you have a bunny or a Freyna. So let's quickly go over there, and 2 enemies will drop this item from the mission. It's not something that you get as a reward for finishing the mission. You get it from 2 of the enemies. Okay, we are in the Fortress area, and we have to go over there. That is where we start the mission. Okay, we start the mission and we have to go over here and basically kill all the enemies, and we have to stay within this sort of whatever you want to call this zone. Now there will be 2 enemies that will drop it, and the reason I say this is once you kill the 2 enemies, you can basically abort the mission if you don't want to continue, because you don't have to finish the mission. There will be a lot of enemies. And the other thing is this particular item, the okay, that's the first guy. So this guy tends to drop it. And you can see we got 11 polyatomic ion particles. Now there's a second one that tends to spawn over here. Now this polyatomic ion particle is also needed in researching the energy activators. So this is something we have to do quite regularly. And you can do this over and over. We need quite a lot of these. And one run will get you maybe like 20 if both the enemies drop it. So you'll have to do it like 10 times at least, because I think you need 216 of these. But again, this mission isn't logged. Plus you can also abort it, like I said, once you kill the 2 enemies. You don't have to finish the mission. Okay, see that guy with the, did I kill him? Yeah, that guy with the thing, you can see this is the item we need. So what we can do now is we can abort this mission and go and grab this thing. Okay. We got, come on, another 8 of them. So we got 11 and 8. So we got 19 polyatomic ion particles. And how long did it take with the mission so far? Because we aborted, we did 1 minute 30 seconds. You can finish it if you want. It'll take you a little, another 20-30 seconds probably. And you need more of these. We need 216 of these. We got 19 in one go. So yeah, do it like 10 times or so and you should have enough to get this item. Okay, on to our second blueprint. This is the Ultimate Freyna Stablizer blueprint. Press F and it shows you the missions that you have to do in order to get the amorphous material that will have the ultimate Freyna stabilizer core. So for this one here, the first one, it has a 6%, the second item there, 6% drop rate. This one also has a 6%. This one has a 6% again, and this one also has a 6%. So again, all of them have a 6%, so you're not getting any better odds with any of these. So first one is common stunning beauty, and you need pattern 12. Second one is common, again common is easier ones, pyromaniac, and then we have the hard swamp walker, hard deathstalker. Deathstalker is the latest void boss, so I would not recommend that one. The other two, these are common and they're easy. So you can see here, this time all four of them are void bosses. Previously, for the enhancers, all three of them were outposts, which we had to do with Sharon. Now, sometimes you have a mix of both of them. This time, all of them are void bosses. So with this first one, if you click on it, it says here, sterile land block hyper mining. Now, this is a decent mission over here that takes usually around 10-15 minutes. It says 30, but 15 minutes is usually average. And there is a chance you'll get this pattern. Now, the problem is this is not guaranteed, and you have to do multiple waves of missions to get this. It takes a lot of time. You can try this. It's an easy mission, and of course the drop rates are the same, 6% across the board. So if you are like not leveled up, you could try this one. Next we have the pyromaniac. This one is again another block hyper mining. This is in White Knight Gulch. Now this one can be time consuming. I generally don't like these block hyper mining missions because they take a lot of time, and then you're not guaranteed the amorphous material that you need. So personally, even though this is on the normal difficulty, I would not recommend this one. What I did, which took me a little while, was this one here, the Swamp Walker intercept pattern. And for that one, you have to go to Agna Desert and on hard difficulty, complete Caligo Oshodi over here. Now you can go there directly from Albion with the Special Operations Terminal, Infiltration Operations Terminal, sorry. And you click on hard, Agna Desert, Caligo Oshodi. Now with these ones, you have to make sure you select the right reward. So we need the second one, reward 2, pattern 97. And you can see ultimate Freyna stabilizer 6%. Now you have to get a certain score to get the material. If you do 4,000, which is fairly easy to do, you'll get one amorphous material, but you can increase the difficulty to 250%. And that way, if you can get your score up to 100,000, you're guaranteed 2 of these. And you also have a chance of getting a shape stabilizer, which can increase the odds as well. So yeah, this is what I would recommend. These missions, if you have a decent bunny or a Freyna, you can finish them in 4 or 5 minutes. And once you finish the mission, you'll get 2 of them. So you're guaranteed the amorphous material. With the outpost, you sometimes go through them multiple times without getting anything. So once you get the material, you have to go to the void boss. And the void boss we said was Swamp Walker. Now Swamp Walker is the boss I would say you can do solo as well. It's a little difficult, but in a group it's not too bad. I don't know if I have any of these remaining. Yeah, I had done this. So yeah, let's quickly go over the Swamp Walker. And once you beat the Swamp Walker, you can open the reactor and get the item. So what I'll do is I'll just skip until the end of the mission. Okay, we are almost about to get rid of Swamp Walker here. There we are. Just grab the loot. And then we open the amorphous material. Okay, now we have the reconstructed device again here. E, and our pattern was 97 variant AB. So now once again, this is 6%. This is the lowest here. So don't expect it on your first go. It can get grindy. So yeah, basically what I'm recommending is the mission that gives you 2 of these, do that a bunch of times, like collect at least 10, then open all 10 of them one by one, and if you're lucky, you might get it early on. And then if those 10 run out and you still don't get it, you can go back, do another 10 or 20 even if you want, if the infiltration mission isn't too difficult for you. So let's open this and see if we get something. And we get an Enduring Legacy Blueprint. Good gun, but I already have 5 of those. Okay, so that is done, the stabilizer. Hopefully you don't have to do this too many times, but yeah, this is the only process that has a lot of RNG. Next, we have the spiral catalyst. So once again, easy item first, superfluid, and for superfluid, we have to go to sterile land. Okay, we are in sterile land, so yeah, just look around for some boxes. There's one over here. We get metal accelerant, which is the other item, let's say. And so let's look around, see if we have any more. There's one over there. There's a resource box over there. Let's have a look. Superfluid, we got 31. Let's see if there's something in here. I did not know about this place for a long time. A metal accelerant. So we are looking for superfluid. Metal accelerant again. There's one here. Metal accelerant. Can we get some superfluid, please? Let's see. Another box here. Superfluid 26. Any more boxes? There's one here. Metal accelerant. One more box here. Superfluid. So yeah, you get the idea. Okay, next is carbon crystal, and this we have to once again go to Hagios. So Hagios is a little sparse, so you may have to run around a little bit to find the stuff. Okay, so we are in Hagios. Once again, look around for the munition and resource boxes. There's one here. Shape memory alloy, so this is the other item on this map. Yeah, like I said, this map tends to be a little sparse, so it's a little harder to find boxes and munition boxes because there's just not that many around. I guess this is supposed to be like a sparse zone with not much happening. There's a resource box over there. Shape memory alloy, again we need the other item, not shape memory alloy. Carbon crystal 39. We need quite a few of these, so we'll have to see if we can find a munition box. There's one out there. Where is it? Over here. Shape memory alloy. Again, if we wanted shape memory alloy, we would be getting carbon crystal. Because we want carbon crystal, we are getting shape memory alloy. So you can see here, it's a little harder here, but yeah, you have to get, searching, I guess. Okay, next we have compound carbon activator. Now this one is again one of those where you have to do a mission and it's the enemies in the mission that drop it. My recommendation is go with White Knight Gulch, Mystery's End. This is another infiltration mission. And there are 2 enemies that drop this. One is like an enemy in between during the mission. And then there's one at the end when you finish the boss. So I'll go back to Albion and start this one. Okay, once again, we are in the infiltration operations terminal in Albion. And we have to go to White Knight Gulch, Mystery's End. Now, you also get some rewards here, and you don't get any of the Freyna parts, but you do get parts for other people. ultimate clay and stuff. So you can pick one of the rewards here, and I would recommend go for 250. If you are leveled up enough, you can do it in private. I'm going to do it in private just because I want to show you the enemies that you have to keep an eye on, because those are the ones that drop it. But you can do it in public normally, no problem. I'll just skip to the part where the item is dropped. It says here 4 from the boss, but you also get some more from one of the other enemies. Okay, our first enemy is up here, that guy over there. Not that guy, but it should be a marked commander type. And that guy will drop quite a few. I think it's this one. Yeah, Elite Warden. So that guy, he's the first enemy that will drop it. The boss at the end will also drop 4, I think, but this guy actually drops more. So you can see here, that's our item, compound carbon 5. We got 5 here, sometimes more. I think I've seen him drop 9 as well. So, or maybe 9 in total. But yeah, you continue with the mission. Okay, so we just finished the boss here in this infiltration mission, Mystery's End, and we should get another 4 carbon activators, as you can just see. So if we press F2 for the mission results, we see that we got 9 of these in total. So 5 from that guy earlier and 4 from here. Now that guy earlier, you may sometimes, miss that. So keep in mind that guy also drops it. Okay, now that we have the compound carbon activator, we move on to our third blueprint, which is the spiral catalyst. Now, once again, we press F, and we can see here we have a few more options here. We have our Devourer fight, Molten Fortress, Deathstalker. So these are harder void bosses. I would not recommend these. Again, Deathstalker. So the best 2 options would be Devourer. Devourer is a fairly easy hard boss, and we have the Kingston Abyssal Void Fusion Reactor in the Grand Square. So if we go here, you have pattern 54 AB. So for this one, because this is the main reward, you don't need Sharon. You can just go with any descendant. You'll have to do the boss over and over, and you'll get pattern 54. Once you have the 54 pattern, you have to go to this reactor here, and you need once again inorganic void shards, which you can get with Freyna, but not on this map. You'll have to go to one of the other maps unless this also drops inorganic. Yeah, it doesn't drop inorganic, but you'll need a non-attribute descendant like Sharon or Ajax or something like that. So you can do this one, or you can go with the other option, which I would recommend is the Heart Devourer. So for this one, you have to do the Shelter mission. So just like we did with the Caligo Oshery, you go to the operations terminal, and you go with the shelter over here. Once again, you have to select the right reward, which is pattern 79. You can do 250%, so you get 2 of these. Now again, I'll leave this up to you whether you want to go with the outpost method or you want to do the void boss method. I did the void boss simply because with these shelter missions and these infiltration missions, you can spend 5 minutes, you can level up your descendants, you get a lot of other items, and you're guaranteed 2 if you do it on 250. With the outpost missions, you may sometimes go through multiple attempts without getting anything, so can get frustrating. The other thing is the boss here, the Devourer. Devourer is one of the easier bosses, the hard bosses. Like you might see Executioner and Deadbright before, but I would say Devourer is probably the easiest one. So once you do Devourer, you can open up the pattern and see if you get lucky. Now this one has a 10% chance, so slightly better, but again, it all depends on RNG. So I'll just quickly finish this boss and open up the reconstructed device and show you what we get. Now the Devourer is a toxic type, so using someone like Bunny would be good. I'm just going to show you the whole fight because this shouldn't take too long. Plus, I explained the whole process of the outpost, so I wanted to show you the process of this as well. So wait for him to get ready, then we pull out our ultimate, shoot the shoulders, and there we go. Easy peasy. This guy is kind of easy nowadays. So just grab the loot. Make sure to always get the code because you get like 20-30,000. And yeah, let's open up the reconstructed device and see what we get. It would be amazing if I get another Freyna part. And we get another Albion cavalry. How long did this mission take? 13 seconds. So yeah, this guy is pretty easy nowadays, especially because if there are other people like Glaze or Enzos, they are quite buffed. They can take him out quite easily. Okay, so that is the ultimate Freyna Spiral Catalyst done. As you can see, I prefer the Void Boss method simply because the infiltration missions can be done quickly in about 5 minutes. You are guaranteed a couple if you increase the difficulty, and then if it's one of the early Void Bosses, as you saw, it's easy to take them out as well. Even if you're not that good, you'll have a couple of other people in public groups that can destroy the boss quickly. So let's say you do the the infiltration mission 5 times, you get 10 amorphous materials, then you can just do them quickly over and over the void boss, and you'll soon get it. So it's a lot more efficient in my opinion compared to the outpost, where you may not get it on like several times, and then you have to go and farm the void shards, and then you have to do the reactor. So this method I personally prefer, but with the enhancers we did not have the void boss option. All right, on to our final item, the ultimate Freyna code. Now, good thing for us, we don't need items to research this. It's just the code that drops directly. So once again, press F. We have a common Swamp Walker, hard Dead Bride, hard Deathstalker, which is the newest boss, and then White Knight Gulch Abyssal Fusion Reactor in the observatory area. So Swamp Walker, once again, is one of those neutralized void experiments. Now, these ones, again, they are very time consuming. In fact, I don't think I've ever done this mission. So these are wave-based missions. They take a lot of time. I don't think I've ever done this. They just end up taking too much time, and then you're also not guaranteed the amorphous material. So my recommendation is, even though this is on normal difficulty, skip this one. Go with any of the others. Now, this is the same pattern. 2 bosses will be available for the same pattern. So do the easy boss, which is Dead Bride. Deathstalker is the latest one, time consuming. And so with Dead Bride, you have to do the Forgottens. This is another mission, infiltration mission. You can do this one, or you can do the White Knight Gulch shipment based with Freyna. Not Freyna, with Sharon. So with Sharon, once again, this is the main reward. So you don't really need Sharon for this one, but you can still use Sharon if you want. And you do this one here a bunch of times, and then you go and open it up over here. Now, I tried both methods. I did a bunch of these, I think like 10 of them, opened them, did not get it. So I went with the Dead Bride with the Forgottens, and this is how I got it. Now, again, it depends on your luck. You may get it there. So I've tried both methods. You can see here I have 4 remaining, so I must have done it a few times and got it lucky. So I'm trying to remember how long it took me, but I think I got this on my 5th attempt, something like that. So I had done like 10 of these and then something like that. I can't remember right, but yeah, 5th attempt or something. I got this. So again, this is an infiltration mission. I won't do it this one because it's the same pattern here. Over here, the Forgottens, and not this one here. So once again, select the right pattern, which is the second reward, 67p. 250% will guarantee you 2 of them, and then you do the Dead Bride. Now, Dead Bride has been nerfed a bit. She is quite challenging, even though she's one of the early bosses, because there are some patterns there that you have to recognize. So this is a little more time consuming. I won't go over this one because, again, it'll take a little time. But yeah, you do the same thing. You open the reconstructed device, and if you're lucky, you'll get it without too much time being used up. But yeah, Devourer is much easier than Dead Bride. And so once you have all of these items, you start research with Anais in Albion, so you have to go over here. Let me show you this as well. You'll need some money as well, gold, but if you are doing the infiltration missions, you'll have plenty of gold available. So you just go to her, research. As you can see, oh, look at this. This one is ready in 10 seconds. So we can wait this out. This is the enhanced cells. So this is almost ready. And boom, this is ready. Claim it. And now I have to wait another 4 hours to get the stabilizer. And then once I have the stabilizer, I can I can start my research for Ultimate Freyna. You can see I have 3 of them. This will be ready. Then we start the whole research. Whole thing is 900,000. And then it's a 36-hour wait. And then we'll have Ultimate Freyna available to us. So that is a very comprehensive guide. I'm sorry it went a lot longer than I initially expected, but I wanted to do it in such a way that if somebody is brand new to the game, they've just started, they have all the information in one place. And hopefully if you understood this, and hopefully I explained things nicely in a simple manner, this will also help you with farming everything else in the game, whether it's a normal descendant, whether it's a gun, you can find everything using the access info, and it'll make your life a lot easier. So hopefully this was useful. Thank you for watching if you did, and good luck with your Ultimate Freyna grind. And yeah, hope you get her without too much RNG getting in your way.